Today I'm going to be showing you how you can leverage your CRM and marketing solutions using the S2K Marketing Cloud. We will go over what the Marketing Cloud is, how it works, we'll show a little brief demonstration of it in action, and some of the new features available for both the Marketing Cloud and pieces that can be used within the e-commerce platform we offer. What is the Marketing Cloud? The Marketing Cloud is a fully integrated CRM and e-commerce integrated platform that we use together with a partner of ours called ActiveCampaign. This integration helps us produce the contact information that we can then send out our campaigns based upon that information within those applications. Okay, so as you can see here, kind of how it works, right? We are synchronizing our database from S2K's ERP system down to both the Marketing Cloud, and we also sync the data from the Smart Center and the e-commerce platform, where we can then leverage those contacts to use their personalized information, interests, and CRM tags that we have provided for them to send out marketing efforts. So some of the areas of integration you could see here is at the account level. So we can use the reps associated, price groups, territories, locations, revenue information about that account that individual is connected to, where we also can use their individual contact information, whether it's the department, the titles, maybe some social media information, that type of information to kind of segment our lists, where we can then target these particular contacts based upon this information, and we can send relevant information to them of their interest. And this information that you see here is available within the e-commerce application and Smart Center application, where you can choose whether or not you want to sync this information. If you find it valuable and you want to sync this to the Marketing Cloud to use in campaigns and segmentations, you could do so with a page as easy as this by just checking those boxes off and syncing that information down. So therefore, that field information, that data from the ERP system, is then available for you to use within the Marketing Cloud. Okay. Now, some of the integration points from the e-business level you could see here. So when someone signs into the website, we are then capturing that information, where we can then start to track their progress and their activity within the site. There is also an integrated forms section within the application, where you could put it and drop it onto the site, where you can then capture information from anonymous users, people looking to reach out to you, stuff like that. Also, when you are capturing new credentials or new customers when they come to your site through registration, all that information that is provided within our custom form is also synced to the ERP and to the Marketing Cloud, where we would then start to leverage that information. And then the last screen on the bottom right is the checkout page. Right, so when an order is placed within the e-commerce, the ordering information, item numbers, item descriptions, prices, all that information is also then synced over for the Marketing Cloud, so we can start understanding the buying process within the website as well. Now, you can see here at a full screen the information that is going to be sent over, one being the S2K order number, the others being the S2K items, quantity orders, prices, overall total. Now, when we see this information here and we pull it into the Marketing Cloud, you'll be able to see where that information is then presented. So you'll see here, this is a screen within the Marketing Cloud where we are presented with all the ordering information, all the orders that were placed on the website now being pulled into the Marketing Cloud. So you can then start to create the segmentations based upon categories they've purchased from, item numbers, descriptions, people who bought certain things, you might want to group them together to send out future promotions and stuff like that. All this can be done through automated tools based upon those responses and orders being filed in. Okay. Here's an example of that type of automation, and we're going to see it in action a little bit. I have a little brief demonstration of the real-time use case, but you can see here we have the ability to kind of decide the path in which we want to capture information. So if someone wanted to make an order, maybe we go down, we want to add a tag. Sometimes we want to send a follow-up email. We can add waiting periods so things aren't done immediately, maybe gives them some time to come back. We can adjust point scores, and we can also notify contacts on their record. So for example, a sales rep. So maybe they did not follow down the path or they didn't complete the process that you want. You can then send a notification email or a to-do to the sales rep on file within S2K that they then can be engaged, and then they can reach out to that contact to seeing if maybe they had some problems with the order, or there was an issue with the site, or maybe they weren't seeing what they were looking for, so we can have someone step in there to kind of help them along the way. Okay, so here is in a contact record. You'll see here, this is my contact record within the Marketing Cloud. You could see my linked S2K account. If you were to drill into the S2K account, you will see all the available contacts as well as the synced information, and I will show you that in just a second. But you can also see my lead scoring, whether I'm engaged in emails, whether I'm engaged on the site. Maybe there's other metrics that you want to capture. You could do that. We do offer up to 4 different lead scoring types. You could see the CRM information that was captured and sent down from the ERP system. And then there's also our tags and lists and automations that I'm part of. Those tags can be added within the CRM system, as well as based off of automations and workflow triggers based on the actions that were taken on your website. All that information can be captured and tags can be created, so then you can market towards those specific tags. Now, on the right-hand side of the individual contact is my recent activity. This is where all the things that I've done, whether I was engaged on the site, whether I entered an automation, whether I made a purchase, the pages I visited on my website, all that information is here. And then what I could do with that information will be based upon how I create my automations. Okay. So when I drilled into my actual account, you could see all the S2K CRM fields that were synced down from my contact record within S2K. So these are all the additional information pieces that I could use in my segmentations and in my email campaigns to personalize that message being sent over to that individual contact. Okay. And over on the right would be if there was more than one contact associated with this account, I would be able to see not just myself, but all the other individuals that have potential been on my site or records that I have within my S2K CRM. Okay. So here is the integrations at the S2K Salesforce CRM area. So you can see on the bottom right there we have our contact tagging. This would be where you can manage the tags for an individual or an account. If you add tags at the account level, they do get filtered down to the individuals associated with the account. So they could be general account tags and then individual tags in addition to the account tags. Okay, same thing with the lead scoring. So we have an overall account, and then we have individual lead scoring as well. The activity history that you saw on the contact record within the Marketing Cloud also sends that information to our CRM. So when you were to log into the CRM, whether it be the viewing of the account or the individual, you'd see that information being shown within the activity history, whether it's a page view, whether it's an automation, an order placed, information like that would be available here. Now, it may become a lot of information, all the page activity, so you can filter what you want to show within this activity history. And then on the right-hand side here, you'll see open activities. So if there was a to-do posted from the Marketing Cloud into your CRM for a sales rep, that would be here on the open activity. And then when you were to go in as that sales rep, you would see under your open activities those what we call webhooks, those to-dos listed here. So those would be triggered from the Marketing Cloud and then be available inside the activity feed of that particular sales rep on file. Okay, so that was kind of a little bit of all the areas in which the Marketing Cloud touches. So we're kind of going to see it in action and how it works. So I have about a 2-minute video here of me navigating and using the site. So as you can see here now, this is myself. I'm on my e-commerce site. I'm navigating around. I'm going to log in. So now when I log in, you're going to start to be able to track this information about this particular user on where they're going. So maybe I'll go through the carousel here. I'm going to click on one of our promos. I'm going to see some of the items that may be of interest. I'm going to add them to the cart. Right? I could see that I can navigate around. I can see other categories, other information, add more items to the cart. And then I'm going to go through my checkout process. Right? So if you're familiar with the e-commerce application, all this integrated into our S2K environment. I'm going to use a promo code here, and then I'm going to complete my checkout process so that the information about this particular order is then sent over to the Marketing Cloud for me to use as a marketer to send out future information. So now from the marketing side, I'm going to log in as an admin here. And then I'm going to go to that particular contact record and see what happened. So I could see that user's interaction within my site. I could see if they've entered any automations, any workflows, stuff like that. So now you can see here, there's the page visits I was on. You can see all that information up to the minute of me logging in, all the pages that I visited. This information is also filtered into that activity history within the CRM. Here's all that order information, items that were ordered, pricing, if there was any tags that were created, any automations. You can see I was entered into an automation through that process. You could see where I am within the automation, and that I'm now in a waiting period before I send out another email to maybe show some more promotional items that maybe I did not purchase. So you can see that here. So those are some of the interactions within how we utilize the automations and workflows and triggered events based upon actions taken within the site. All right. So some of the new things that we have with the latest release within the Marketing Cloud is abandoned cart notifications, and we also created some marketing insights dashboards that can get put on either in the CRM area, Smart Center area, or at the e-commerce level. So the abandoned cart notification here, you'll see that we now send over that information almost immediately. So you could see here that the cart was abandoned. Whether it was recovered and then completed, you could see that little icon next to the completed. That means that there was an abandoned cart that was then picked up and completed. In that cart information, we do pull in the items, quantities, pricing, that level of information, so that we can send out that email to that individual notifying them that there is an abandoned cart and that they want to maybe come back and address that cart. Now, kind of how it works, right? The contact automatically gets entered into an automation. You can then determine how long they are in that notification workflow, whether you want to wait a day, maybe you want to wait a week, maybe 8 hours. It's up to you. That's why we send that information immediately to the system to notify that there is an abandoned cart. Even though they may be working on it, it's still technically there. It's not completed. But when they do complete it, it would then be marked as completed. So that's kind of why you want to put a waiting period to not send out right away. You can send out that notification by email, SMS, maybe a site message. All that information would be available for you to use. Now, when we take a look at that email, you could see here that it's kind of just pulls in sample information about the product name that it's going to show. It's going to show the quantity, the price, and a description. But then you can personalize that information based upon the individual's name within the Marketing Cloud, or maybe it's account information, or you can even do what we call conditional contenting. So basically, maybe you want to send them a promo code, but you don't want that same promo code to be available for everyone. So maybe it's based upon a tag or a particular price group or classification. So you would then make an area within the message that is conditional based upon that individual's information. So whether they have a specific territory or classification, they would then only see that themselves and not everybody else that would receive the email. Okay. And then you'll be able to see at that individual contact record the historical information. It's kind of a little bit larger screen of the one you saw previously, so you can kind of understand the item performance, category performance, what has been abandoned, what has not been abandoned. Maybe kind of you could see trends of what's going on within the carts, how many people are leaving certain information or items in the cart. So those are things that you can kind of use towards future efforts in your marketing. Okay, so now some of the new features we've added at the within the e-commerce and Smart Center level, which is our insights section. So we've added 3 pages with dashboards and information to kind of help you in your marketing efforts. One being the transactional insights, another users and accounts, and then some search information. So a little bit about the transactional insights. You can see here we will show you recent transactions, some pending carts or abandoned carts. So those are carts that are out there that people have not completed or are still working on. Some category performance, whether it's by item or by category, and they would be based upon internet information only, right? So we've divided it up in a few ways, so you can see the sales by division class for just internet traffic, and the same for items, or there's also ones for every source, whether it's order entry, internet, and other areas. And then some daily site ordering information. Then we go to the the user and accounts insights. So you can see all the most recently registered users, and then the sales by that particular account. And we would then also here filter based upon internet only, but we do also offer it by all areas, not just internet. So then you could see sales by the account and by the user. And then some of the search information, so you can see some of the top search terms, top searched categories, your highly engaged users on the site, and then what I think is kind of one of the most important ones is probably the searches that produce no results. So these would be terms that people are searching that are producing no items in return. So therefore, people are looking for certain things and they're not finding them. So you could then see those terms and then maybe factor in using some of our additional keyword sections to kind of understand and produce some results for those particular terms. Okay. And then a little bit of our future development. We're going to try to build some more dashboards in for campaign data, some automation data, and we are looking to add some multi-channel ordering support. So other areas to send more information to the Marketing Cloud so that we can use in those campaigns.